Throughout my career, I've broken over 8 world records, 5 World Championship gold medals and Commonwealth gold medals. But I think one of the proudest achievements that I have to date is to be able to turn my life around and to lose over 40 kilos so far, to be able to stand up on the international arena again. Being one of the judges of this Fitness First New Year Awards has been an amazing thing so far. We've had over 200 entries with some amazing stories from some great people. I guess the disappointing part of the whole lot is that you have to pinpoint one category winner in each of the 6 categories. So, you know, while it has been great to be able to sit there and to listen to such amazing stories, as I said, the downside is that unfortunately there can only be one winner.
I sort of was faced with the reality that I had psychosis and acute paranoia. I didn't want to live anymore, basically, and had a few serious attempts to end my life. I ended up detained in hospital in the mental health ward for 2 months. After being let out of hospital, I was without a job and without a home to live, and had to make the decision to move into Catherine House, which is a supported accommodation place for women experiencing homelessness.
I got polio at 3 in Vietnam. Then when I come to camp, my back like a curve. From there on, I couldn't work. I couldn't like do anything. Like sit on a wheelchair, and then my muscle get weaker and weaker and weaker.
3 years ago, I was pre-diabetic. I had high blood pressure and high cholesterol, and and I wasn't on a good road. So I knew I had a lot of weight to lose. I was 107 kilos at the stage.
I found myself just recently, last year, separated, and I've just found myself alone, and I was really, really unhappy with my weight. And after 3 kids as well, as a single mum, questioned a focus in my life.
I raised 2 daughters, and for about 20 years ran them to sporting events, and I used to sit there and watch them and eat, and gradually I was nearly 50, and I realised that I was so unfit. I couldn't breathe walking up the road, and being a nurse, I thought, you've got to do something. So I joined Fitness First.
Some years ago I worked in advertising, and I guess like most advertising people worked very long hours, a very unhealthy, unbalanced lifestyle. I also had 2 brushes with cancer as well. One involved chemotherapy and radiotherapy. So after all of that, I decided things need to change.
One day in Vietnam, I was sitting in the car and then tried to press the pedal on the car. Kind of, it's hard before, difficult, but I can think if I'm training, I can do it. And then I come back to Australia, and then I keep training, and yeah, I get a license.
I've lost almost 40 kilos, so and that's in a year I lost that. So yes, when it was my daughter's 21st and my 50th, it was really great to be able to go out and buy clothes that fit really well.
Training for the World Masters Games, and I'm competing in the kayak marathon. I'm going to take this paddle, and I'm going to get into that river on next week on Tuesday, and I'm going to thrash those young buggers.
I've ridden for Father Riley's Youth Off the Street to Sydney to Gold Coast twice. In 2 weeks we're doing the World Masters. I'm in the women's road race.
My kids are my biggest fans, and yeah, that was amazing to know that they look at me and think that I'm a bit of an example for them, and that's the biggest reward of them all.
Slowly over time through piano coaching and my whole lifestyle improving. I realised that negative self-talk in exercising has just disappeared. I'm back at work, which is great. I've also been employed by the Shelter for Homeless Women to present and talk about my experience in exercising and how it benefits mental conditions. I feel on top of the world. It's an amazing feeling and I'm excited to see what the future holds for me.
Welcome to 2009 Fitness First Australia's New You Achievement Awards.
One should be allowed to dream, and one of the dreams that we have at Fitness First is that if we could only bottle up the courage, the honesty, the modesty, all the endearing qualities that we've seen in our finals tonight, we could bottle that up and sprinkle it across the 20 million Australians living in this country. Wouldn't that be a wonderful thing to do? We could really get Australia moving.
How did you find your judging process?
Tough. Very, very tough. I had to, I'm glad I got good words of advice from Renee on the way through to make sure that I picked up a box of tissues on the way through. So it was, it was very, very tough, but the best part of it was very motivating.
I think winning this award sort of makes me realise how much putting 100% into exercise means. It makes you enjoy life and you realise you can sort of achieve anything